Hi, my name is Sandile. Welcome to Aneovers. So, I wanted to spend a bit of time just taking you through why this stuff has been interesting to me, or when it became interesting, what made me spend time shooting this content. And I think it maybe stems back as far as understanding my mind. So I'm a very curious person, and as far back as I remember, as primary school, possibly high school, whenever the newspaper came, I would be the first to open up the packaging of the old Sunday newspaper and read through it. I'd literally read it from back to front, spend a bit of time in the business section, understand current affairs, and there was always super strikers, so I was always excited about that as well. And I think that's where my curiosity started being fed. In high school, I was part of the quiz team where you basically get quizzed on current affairs. So that also became something that kind of triggered my curiosity and made me more in tune or want to find out about what's happening in the world. And then that kind of carried on throughout my life. I started my first business when I was 19. Wasn't very successful, but I think I learned a lot of tools. And I carried on, started new businesses, collaborating with new people, opening down, breaking down new doors, so that I could meet new people that I hadn't worked with. And I think from my hometown of Port Elizabeth, I got to a place where, from a branding, communications, eventing, PR perspective, I was comfortable with most people that were of value. And I think that kind of became how I approached a lot of my relationships, a lot of my work, ultimately ending up at a top creative agency, recognized worldwide. And that is based on my curiosity. So along the way, working for this creative agency, I met a friend of mine, 2017, by the name Mickey, and he started showing me cryptocurrency. His friends were mining Bitcoin, and I'm just like, okay, but because he was a friend, I trusted his knowledge of the space, and he wouldn't mislead me. And it wasn't about put money into this thing, but it was about look about what's cool stuff these guys are doing. And I think from there was a seed planted in this new space. And I mean, I didn't know then that ultimately this would be what is called now Web3, but it was a small seed that was planted at the time to say, here's something that is happening. And at the time, if I look back, and I'll put the number on the screen, Bitcoin in 2017 was per Bitcoin. So at the time, had I spent my salary at the time buying Bitcoin, I would have been in a different place. And I think it's thinking about that as the years went by that kind of made me ask myself, okay, there's definitely something in this thing that my friend showed me, which was at the time Bitcoin, which became cryptocurrency. And I mean, not became in that it wasn't what it was, but we now knew it as cryptocurrency, and there was new cryptos that are coming up, Ethereum, there was Cardano, there was Dogecoin, a meme coin, which it later became something that Elon Musk used as not the logo. They replaced the Twitter logo with the Doge logo, the Doge being a meme coin. So there was something happening with these cryptocurrencies, and my first time seeing them was in 2017 through a friend at work, and he was really excited about his friends making money. It felt like a scheme, but there was something happening. So I figured, I don't have money to invest, but I'll definitely keep notes of this thing and keep track of what's happening. And from 2017, 2018, Bitcoin became bigger. 2019, it broke records in terms of being one of the best investments that you could have made over the past or the previous 2 years. So there was definitely something happening with this cryptocurrency. So in 2019, ultimately, that's when I started investing in cryptocurrency. And I mean, it was 100 Rand at a time, but just the knowledge of investing in something that, firstly, we don't know, we've never seen new money before in form of a new currency. It wasn't common to find a new asset to invest in, you know. I was also kind of learning about stock markets, investing and forex trading, and all of it had scammy behavior around it. So it was about being very cautious of what I'm researching, what I'm putting my time behind. And the reality is, all of these new technologies, and even forex being an old technology or skill set, had its layers of scammy behavior, but the idea was to see through that and be able to find a way to invest, learn, and then ultimately hopefully be successful. So early on in my investing in the crypto space, I saw small results, and I mean 100 Rand going to 105, coming back to 80. So it was fun because I was seeing the results of my knowledge and my investment at a very small scale. And this was happening while crypto millionaires were blowing up all over the world. People investing their full life savings in cryptocurrency and coming out at the top. So there was a rush. It felt like a gold rush. Get in, make your money, get out before, you know, it crashes. And I think that's when I started spending a bit more time posting about it, wanting to understand more about these cryptocurrencies, but also the business models that sit behind these cryptocurrencies, because now you understand that it's not just the cryptocurrency that you're putting your money into, but it's a project that is being made to run this cryptocurrency. So how strong is the business case? How strong is the use case of this cryptocurrency that you're investing in? So now it's that layer of understanding. Now the curiosity comes in, where I want to know why this cryptocurrency is doing better than the next. And that overlaid by understanding stock trading kind of further, you know, created more curiosity in how I look at this industry. And slowly but surely you get sucked into the what we now know as Web3. And then ultimately, through my posting of my successes and my failures in my investing, or keeping my peers up to date or current with what I'm doing in the space and things that were happening, you started seeing companies stepping into the space. Very early on, Elon Musk was a big name that was investing in the cryptocurrency space, with him investing in Bitcoin early on, a big chunk of Bitcoin through Tesla, but also through his own investments. Him teasing about using Dogecoin as a form of currency trade for Tesla. So now you start seeing global companies speaking about cryptocurrency at an investment scale. That further feeds the curiosity, that further feeds the question as to why are these companies aligning themselves to these meme coins. So I think from there, that curiosity just kept getting fed by this new technology that is disruptive. People are speaking about making millions off, but I mean, there's also people at the same time getting arrested for being corrupt and fraudulent activities. So you ask yourself, what is true, what is not? And ultimately, this then fed into my experience or exposure in NFTs. That being something that was exciting and interesting. Ultimately getting an opportunity to work at a company where we traded, marketed and sold NFTs that were linked to games that we were producing. And fortunately enough, all of this happened through LinkedIn, through me posting about different things I found exciting, different companies that I was following in terms of their space and their involvement in the cryptocurrency space, the Web3 space, the AI space, the AR space. And these are all things that kind of became opened up to me through being involved or exposed to cryptocurrency. So the entry point of Web3 for me was crypto, and ultimately I was exposed and excited and intrigued by everything else. I had previously known about VR and AR, and it's something that I was excited about as early as 2011, where a friend of mine and I crafted an idea where you could kind of use your phone and overlaid with AR technology, and you could showcase what is in your vicinity from a business presence perspective, and it would pop up and show you information. So as early as then, I was excited about the concept of AR. So seeing it now becoming something that big companies are aligning themselves to is, you know, once again feeding the curiosity. So I think all of these things kind of aligning and sitting under the banner of Web3 with my interest in tech from a very early age, following people like Marcus Brownlee, Casey Neistat from a gadgets perspective. That's always been something that I've been keen on, and then the business aspect of things which sits underneath all of this has been something that has made me really excited to be involved in the space. So as recently as last week, I was sharing content on LinkedIn on stuff that I find exciting, things that I can call out just from what I remember right now is Microsoft coming on very hard with AI, aligning themselves to OpenAI, launching ChatGPT, launching Microsoft Copilot, launching on Bing. All of these are technologies that sit under Web3 within the AI banner. And within AI, there's been so many new developments that exist, with Stable Diffusion coming on board, with image or text to image generation, DID with text to video generation. These are all technologies that I've been excited to work on, some having had the opportunity to create stuff on. With OpenAI, there's a platform called DALL-E, which I was fortunate enough to actually create. So not fortunate, but I was able to create this image from an artist which I'm really inspired by, John Michael Basquiat, which I use as my profile picture for a lot of different platforms. But I think that was my way of paying homage to the AI space, but also showcasing an alignment between my passion point being art and AI coming together. So I think there's been so many ways, and I think the idea of me sharing what I'm doing on the platform evolved into now being the one that's creating content to showcase to you the alignment between my passion points, music, fashion, photography, and AI, Web3, tech. So that really is what has sparked or been my journey within the Web3 space, and I'm really excited to explore and unpack all of these different pockets of Web3, being AI, AR, VR, cryptocurrencies, which sit under the DeFi space. There's the NFTs which sit underneath that as tradable assets, and then just the blockchain element of things, which is the key driver, or what allows Web3 to function from a technological perspective. So I think that's really my exposure. That's where I come from in terms of my knowledge of the space. This doesn't speak to my career from an advertising and marketing background. There's definitely a lot of other elements that kind of add to my want to know better or want to know more about the space, and I think that's the opportunity that I'm speaking to, which is learning more and exposing myself to things that I might not know, or different ways of doing things. So that felt a bit like a story time, but I think this gives you perspective in terms of why I do what I do, but also the knowledge that I have, where I've gotten it from, and kind of how it's led me to where I am right now. Thanks for joining me. Please let me know if you've got any questions. Please let me know if you have anything that you'd like me to spend more time or create a video about that maybe might help you, be it within the Web3 space, the business space, the tech space, or just even more about me. As I've previously said, the whole point of this channel is to learn, is for me to share my knowledge, is for me to find out things that I don't know. So yeah, I'm happy that you are with me on this journey, and much appreciated for watching. Thanks so much. See you on the next one.